So today we are going to be looking at Rufflo, which is a free extension for Claude that allows you to deploy a multi-agent swarms. So you can coordinate autonomous workflows and build more powerful autonomous systems with multi-agent AI orchestration using Claude code. What that essentially means is that you can just build a huge team of agents using Rufflo. Now, if you want to set this up with Claude code, it's pretty simple. You can just use the CLI instructions right here, right? So you copy these commands, and then you would go into terminal and set them up, right? Once you've done that, then you can open up Claude, like so. Open up Claude here. And once we set up Claude, then we can say, okay, are you using Rufflo? And we'll just double check this is working. And you can see here it says Rufflo is configured in our environment, right? So step number one, you install it via CLI using these instructions from the GitHub. Step number two, make sure it's actually working inside Claude code, as you can see. Now, you might be saying, okay, why would I use agent swarms, or how can I use them? So the best thing that you can do is actually ask Claude, okay, based on what you know about me, what are the best use cases for Rufflo agent swarms? So let's try that out. This is actually based on a question from Norman Vale inside the Profit Boardroom, who was saying, like, is anyone using Rufflo swarms for certain things? At the minute, I'm trying to set up an automation for this. I'm also using it for researching stuff, struggling with the most efficient ways to get that set up, right? And so whatever you're trying to do inside Rufflo, you can just speak inside Claude code and ask it for the best tips, right? So you can see, for example, here's some ideas. And I'm actually going to connect this to my Obsidian vault because it needs more context. For some reason, Claude says I don't have any saved memory about you yet, which is crazy because I use Claude every day. All right, so now it's looked at my Obsidian vault, which is where I store my memories. This is why it's really useful to have an Obsidian or second brain. I've got loads of training on this inside the Profit Boardroom, but basically you want to really understand how to store your memories in the context of you, just in case stuff like that happens. And then you can see here, it's giving me 5 different workflows that we could use here. So for example, it could be like SEO keyword and article briefing. It could be like AIPV workflow, vault updates. It could be article generation, right? And then it could also be like content production pipelines, right? So I'm going to go with method number 4. I'm going to say, okay, go with method 4 using Rufflo agent swarms. And then you go from there. If you got any questions as well, feel free to ask and I'll answer them at the end. So you can see now it's pulling in some examples as what keywords you want. So I'm going to say just use the AI agents automation niche. And then where should the article briefs be saved? So we can actually save them to Obsidian Vault, which is what I'm going to do. We'll submit the answers here. And now it's going to start creating that agent swarm. Now you might say, what should you care about Rufflo? Like you've already got Claude set up. Here's why Rufflo helps you, right? Number one, it automates tasks that you probably have a team of people doing. So it can do a lot of human tasks directly for you. Number two, it learns from every task. So it gets smarter over time and it just self-manages. You can see it's building out the agent team here with the swarm, which is pretty cool. So it's creating, like, for example, a researcher for Claude, researcher free agents, researcher on automation, comparisons, AI, SEO, etc. So it's building out a full team of AI agents, as you can see here. And then you can have multiple agents working in parallel, not one by one. So it makes it much more efficient as a process. It can remember things across sessions and it connects to tools you already use, right? So you see here, it says 6 agents are now running in the background, and it's created a list of all the agents that it's got running right here. And now it's saying, for example, I'll notify you when the architect finishes the files and the files land in your vault, right? So these agents are just working in the background, and the agent SEO architect has consolidated the research into Obsidian now. So you can actually write those files into your memory too. So if we go into Obsidian, as you can see, it's now organizing that information into a nice little test, which is pretty cool. And then you can see the progress here. So we've got like the main, these are the agents working on so far. So we've got 3 local agents now working, and it gives you the progress so far. So 1 out of 5 tasks are complete.